blind spot for me of like, I was honestly on board with maybe there's ghosts, maybe there's Sasquatch, maybe there's aliens, like everything. But the one thing I was like, I don't really believe psychics for one reason or another. And honestly, I probably, there's a good amount of them that I probably still don't believe, but in doing this story, it's really, really opened up the possibilities for me. And I think it's just a matter of, it's adjusted my way of looking at it, right? It's adjusted my way of looking at it and meeting certain people, being more open-minded about it, and kind of accepting the realities of like what this would look like if it was actually discovered, right?
Yeah, like what if you had to ground it in, rather than saying like, oh, it happens. Like, that doesn't constitute discovering something, right? If you say like, this is why, I think for me, I came in maybe even a bit more skeptical, right? Like, I was the one that you're going to send in to be like, why? I mean, this all started with like emailing me different phenomena and being like, tell me why I shouldn't be surprised by this, right? Like, why does science explain everything that's happening, from like mysteriously breaking glasses to, whatnot. But like, I think it gave me an excuse to read a lot about this stuff. And I think like, yeah, there's some people out there that are doing the hard work of like trying to connect all of this stuff. And I think like, very like generously speaking, it maps onto questions that are a lot more mainstream. I mean, like, how often do you have people going on Nova or Discovery or something and saying, look, like, we don't understand human consciousness. We're only starting to scratch the surface. This is like a problem that like, it doesn't matter if we made like ChatGPT, like we still don't understand like how like a child, is born and knows immediately like this or that, or like this, basic fact about its existence. And so I think like, once you look at that, it's sort of like the CIA document about the universe, where it's like, even if you don't understand all of it, you're sort of left with this like, every time you think about these big questions, you're like, well, so many things are possible then, if like, this is the limit to which we understand, consciousness, or like the different sort of energy states of the universe, these different dimensions or things like that. So it was really a cool sort of like subfield to look into.
Yes. And I think what's interesting to me is like, if this is true, while doing this story and like seeing her operate, like I've been around the person that in question, I've seen her, she's done it to me many times. I've seen her do it to people. I've hung out with her a ton. And it's not like every time, it's, and she's the first person to admit that it's like, sort of like going into a junk drawer and just pulling stuff out.